I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. A two-vehicle crash in the town of Montgomery this morning has claimed the life of an Ulster County man. It happened shortly before 7:30 a.m. on Route 52 near North Drury Lane when a car driven by 39-year-old Christopher Tozzi of West Park veered across the center yellow line and slammed into a Freightliner tractor-trailer truck driven by 42-year-old Robert Dunham of Goshen. Tozzi was pronounced dead at the scene. The crash resulted in a diesel spill that was cleaned up by C2G Environmental Consultants. Town of Montgomery police are continuing their investigation. Cuts to the country's food stamp program kicked in today, and it means an estimated 48 million Americans will see their benefits slashed. Now that the increase in SNAP benefits, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program that came during the recession, have expired. The reduction in food stamp benefits represents an almost 14% cut that translates to about $36 a month less for a family of four getting government assistance. Ariel Tavares says the cuts will make more people vulnerable. The nutrition program coordinator for the anti-poverty agency RECAP, based in Middletown, says more than 4,600 people met the guidelines that allowed them to get food from their pantry last year, double the number from 2011. Tavares says slashing the food stamp program will put a further strain on already stressed community-based nutrition programs.
Consumers are anxious. They've been asking us, what are we going to do? They bring us the letters stating of this news which starts today, the cut, and they're nervous. They come to us not knowing what to do, how they're going to feed their children, their families, and they're facing a reduction in the number of meals that they're going to be receiving on a monthly basis, and it's alarming, and we're reaching out to resources, fighting hunger more, food drives, donation requests to battle this.
Because of the food stamp cut, RECAP will step up its outreach for cash and food donations. Since 2000, the cost of the food stamp program nationally has risen by 358%. Lax eligibility requirements are said to be one of the key reasons for that increase. A Monticello man was ordered held on $50,000 bail following his arrest in connection with a violent domestic incident at the Ivy Terraced apartment complex in the village. Police say 28-year-old Jamal McIntosh held a kitchen fork to the throat of a woman and threatened to stab her if she called police. The victim was able to send a text message to a friend who then alerted Monticello police. When McIntosh was taken into custody, police say they discovered a quantity of packaged crack cocaine. Charges against McIntosh include the felonies of criminal possession of a controlled substance and criminal possession of a weapon. Two Sullivan County men have been arrested for welfare fraud in unrelated cases. 45-year-old Eulogio Pinto of Monticello and 27-year-old Matthew Smith of Liberty were charged with filing applications for public assistance that contained false information. Both Pinto and Smith were subsequently charged with a felony offense of offering a false instrument for filing. New York State Electric and Gas is testing out something they hope might lead to fewer outages when storms hit. Last month, NYSEG installed its first concrete utility poles, one in the town of Bethel and the other in the Putnam County town of Patterson. Utility officials will assess their performance with an eye towards installing more of them. Many of the steel reinforced concrete poles that were set in Canada during the 1950s are still standing. A Kingston man is facing a felony charge for stealing his former girlfriend's Jeep and selling it as scrap at a local recycling center. City police say their investigation determined the 26-year-old Glenn Jones took the 2000 Jeep back on October 18th and sold it to an area recycling facility later that day. Jones was arraigned in Kingston City Court on a charge of grand larceny. And it was a wacky way to celebrate not only Halloween, but the start of a new passenger service at Stewart Airport. About 50 people turned out for Allegiant Air's Tacky Tourist Contest, although only 10 of them showed up in costume. The prize? A free trip to Florida on Allegiant's first departing flight last night. Allegiant, a Las Vegas-based discount airline, is offering flights on Thursdays and Sundays connecting Stewart to Clearwater Airport in St. Petersburg, Florida. Local officials hope Allegiant's return to Stewart will help launch a turnaround in the airport's declining passenger numbers. Oh, and by the way, Michael and Carol Ann Uhelski of Bloomingburg won the Tacky Tourist Costume Grand Prize. A free flight to Florida, plus hotel accommodations for 3 nights and 4 days. Should be a dry weekend, but the mild temperatures will disappear by Sunday. As for Saturday, it will be partly sunny with temperatures reaching the low 60s. Sunday should be mostly sunny, but it will be noticeably cooler with the highs topping out around 50 degrees. And don't forget, set your clocks back 1 hour Saturday night to mark the end of daylight saving time. Get the news and features important to you in the weekend editions of the Times-Herald Record, and stay connected to breaking news all weekend long right here at Record Online. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.